I'm sit in the middle. Sit right there. So, yep, that's. Okay, so you can hear that. That's so awesome. I love that. Yeah, you can hear me.
Here to please report to your wind period, your home.
Hello, hello, can you hear me? I'm talking.
For tuning in here. If you give a soft focus, you don't have to hang on my every word, but a little bit of explanation hopefully is helpful. We do want to start our wind rotations tomorrow. If you are a 10th through 12th grader, you know a little bit about what they entail. Pretty much the same as last year. Little bit of explanation about what we're after, and then a few specifics. So bigger picture, we changed the moniker from 2 years ago. This segment in the middle of our day had been called over the years advisory period, activity period, I think even East Penn period. Mr. Hanson, can you confirm that?
Yes.
All right. So to try to rebrand the purpose, we relabeled it, and the moniker that the middle school uses, we chose to extend here at the high school to align ourselves, this idea of what I need. Just hopefully provides a little bit of agency, that this is a segment in the middle of the day, a little bit of a respite for students and staff to get a little bit of what they can, what they need, time to do it, because we don't have a lot of time during the regular day to do so. Keep in mind, as I shared a couple weeks ago, about 9% of all the minutes in a typical school week are spent in these supplemental components of our school day. So we want to maximize them for what they are. You'll remember last year that we reduced the segment of this day from 40 minutes to 35 compared to previous years. In previous years, everyone would have reported to their homeroom location like we've done the first 4 weeks of school here. And because it's 9% of our academic week, we just want to make sure we're maximizing the use of this time. So what do we have going on? Well, we have a couple curricular classes going on that are a priority. We have study halls. Essentially, advisory period in the past was a big study hall. So let's call it what it is. For those who have dedicated time to do their work, you've got study hall. There are upwards of 30 study halls that will go on each day in the school. There are also specific purposes to have a study hall. So we have about 5 or 6, we call them support study halls in a 6-day cycle, where 1 or 2 or 3 times you'll meet with a direct report of yours for a more supportive environment. We tried to provide time for staff to have time to work together. So every teacher has 1 day within their academic department for collaborative plan opportunity. Teachers also have 1 day per 6-day cycle where no students are scheduled for them, and that is intended to be used for direct support, a deeper dive into remedial topics. Say you've been absent or you have a makeup test, it's better to do that in a quiet environment than in a study hall with 20 other people present. We also scheduled remediation last year. Those who don't pass a Keystone exam the previous school year, there's no shame in that, but we got to do our part to help you. So this school has traditionally had students complete online remedial modules in an effort to take the Keystone exam a second time and score proficient, because it's a graduation requirement in the state of Pennsylvania. So we scheduled that into the WIN period last year for the first time. We also scheduled students in groups by grade, in cohorts, and like middle school, they traveled throughout the school by cycle day during the WIN periods. By doing that, it restricted what we could do during the WIN period, and though it allowed only maybe 2 or 3 locations to report to. Students are going to have more locations to report to, and we've got to figure out, what are the benefits, what are the pros, and what are the cons in all of this. So what's going to change this year? The biggest change We good?
That seems like it.
Is the sound on?
I think so.
All right, live TV. So I think that was a sign to hurry up and get out of here. Biggest thing we've added this year, 80%. About 80% of staff and students want to have an option to host or participate in activities. So we've got about 15 of them going on here to start the year. Things like badminton and net games and powerlifting and walking around the track, crocheting, Zumba, debate, trivia, board games, silent study halls as well. And that's not all of them, but giving students the opportunity to sign up for those in lieu of going to a study hall. That's pretty cool because it brings different groups of people together. Those are good opportunities for a physical outlet or a creative outlet, and students interacting with students and staff who otherwise would not have in our high school, and that's a great thing. One disclaimer, if you feel that you didn't get into an activity that you signed up for, right now the schedule is set, so we're not going to adjust anything at this time. In the next marking period, you'll have another opportunity to sign up for an activity. We have an increased number of seniors who aren't in the building as well this year. If you didn't pass the Keystone exam, you will complete your remediation modules either in marking period 2 or 4, increasing the frequency with which you participate in them, hopefully yielding a better score on the Keystone. We've also scheduled some committees to meet during the WIN period, and we've allowed for more self-selection, not just through the activities, but a teacher opportunity to draft students who otherwise probably going to be in their room anyway, increasing that personal touch here at East Pennsboro High School. So I won't say this is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. The biggest thing is the variability and the management of it all. That's why today you should receive a hard copy of your schedule. Some of you, many of you will report to 4, 5, or 6 different locations. That's a lot. It might be too much. I don't think it is, but please use that hard copy as a fail-safe measure to know where you're going by the time the bell rings at about 10:55. There's also a map on the back of that piece of paper in case you don't exactly know where that room is, especially if you are a 9th grader. And don't give me the excuse that you don't know where you're going on a particular cycle day. Honestly, after a couple cycle blocks, you do memorize where you're supposed to go. So I'm not going to entertain that as an excuse. A couple just tips and tricks before I sign off. What is clunky about this whole system is that we've scheduled this in Sapphire. I feel like a pretty good guru of how to use Sapphire to schedule, but we use Flex Time Manager as the system to navigate around the halls and for teachers to pull you to work with them. I'll admit I don't have as good of a grasp on that. But when a teacher requires to see you for a given reason, they will communicate that through Flex Time Manager, so students are responsible for checking that every day. But otherwise, should report to what is listed in Sapphire into your schedule. In terms of priorities, the priority of where you should go in WIN, if you have a question, it's always academic. The curricular classes always come first. If you're pulled in Flex Time Manager, that always trumps going to a study hall or going to an activity. So you can't say if you're in activity one day and you're pulled to do some work with a teacher, you don't have that option. You need to do the academic work. Support study halls trump study hall. activities equal study hall. It's just in lieu of going to a study hall. So in our total conversations about how we use our time and how we use our space, this, in the grand scheme of things in our school, is how we focus on interventions for students who aren't cutting it in some form or fashion, and that's fine, and how we provide enrichment opportunities to students where otherwise we can't. That's housed in this WIN period in a supplemental and complementary component of our schedule. So in our effort to maximize that, we'll review over the next marking period before we would rotate to a second marking period WIN schedule, what juice is worth the squeeze. So look forward to maybe hearing your feedback and seeing how things are going. But I do hope you take advantage of the time, be it in study hall, more of a supportive study hall. And I've heard from several students and staff that they're really looking forward to hosting or attending the activities, which is new in our school this year too. So appreciate your time. Thanks and have a great day.